You're listening to the Confidence Shift podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Charles Gustafson. As a certified image consultant and international confidence coach, I run a life-changing internet business and online community showing purpose-driven female entrepreneurs, professionals, and community influencers to toss out the old dress for style mentality and shift into the image, mindset, success connection that crushes self-doubt and creates maximum visibility for your goals. Each episode, I share lessons, stories, and personal musings from my life as an entrepreneur, wife, and mom, all aimed at helping you see yourself differently so you can live a life filled with more intention, joy, and success. I'm glad you're here. Let's jump in. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Today, I'm talking about how to love talking about what you do. So if you've ever felt like clammy or one of those, paralyzed, when someone asks you what you do, stay with me today because that's what I'm going to be talking about. Huge deal if you are someone who is in business, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a community leader or an organization leader, like you have to talk about what you do. Now, let me ask you, I want you to feel into the feelings and I want you just to think back to the last time someone asked you, tell me what you do. It's so nice to meet you. Tell me what you do. Now, check in, and immediately I want you to ask yourself how you felt, what was happening in your body at that moment. Did you clam up? Did you freeze up? Did you stumble on words? Did you What happened the last time someone asked you, tell me what you do? They're interested, you are elevating your visibility, and someone asks you what you do. Do you freak out? Do you stumble? Listen, I'm going to tell you, you're not alone, because this happens to women I talk to daily, okay? And I will tell you that 8 out of 10 women, more than that actually, 9 out of 10 have a paralyzing moment the minute somebody asks them, what do you do? Tell me about what you do. Tell me about yourself and tell me what you do are the two triggering, paralyzing questions that a female entrepreneur or professional who is trying to maintain her confidence gets and then gets paralyzed by, okay? And it is, I need to tell you though, that it is the very jump off point that you need in order to elevate your voice, okay? Elevate your voice and elevate your mission. This question is central to you being able to do that, to building a personal brand reputation, an image, a full total image where your appearance and how you communicate about what you do and how you offer that to others becomes a cohesive package. Without knowing how to answer that question, the ability for someone to connect with you like plummets. So if you're noticing that you're freezing, there's a few things that we need to rework in mindset, okay? So we've determined that you may be clamming up. We've determined that you may have been paralyzed in that moment when someone says, tell me about what you do. Well, here's the thing. I know women, you guys are afraid, number one, I hear it every day, of being judged. Am I right or wrong? I know you'd love to be able to say, this is what I do and this is how I do it, but you're afraid of being judged. And that idea of being judged comes in a few different ways. It can be like, I'm afraid of being judged that I'm shining too brightly, that I'm judged too harshly, that I'm judged, they're going to find out that I don't know it all. There's that bit of imposter syndrome. Afraid of being judged, like, who does she think she is? Who does she think she is talking like that, right? That fear of being judged is the thing that is coming up when you clam up, freeze up, stumble on your words, to talk about what you do. You're afraid about how people are going to react to what you say. And here's the thing. You can't predict that, okay? You can't predict what other people are going to think about you, but you can control the message that you put out. Do you hear me? You can't control what they think, but you can control the message that you put out. That's part of designing a total image. The full message of putting out who you are, who you serve, why you are uniquely able to do it, and sharing the results of you being able to do it, and showing that you have success in doing that. So here's the thing. Okay. Story time. I love a story. I love story time. So back in the day, my very first business, listen, I've been in business a long time. My very first business was when I was 17 years old, and I had a business called Summer Shell Designs. So creative. Summer because it was a summer business, Shell because Michelle, and Designs because, listen, I'm creative. And part of being able to love talking about what you do is owning your gifts, okay, and owning your talents. I've always been creative, most particularly in the speaking, the wordsmithing. I'll say I'm a grammar queen also. So my first business embraced that. I wrote resumes. I reworked resumes for my peers. So people were looking for summer jobs, students were. They're like, I got to get a resume together. They're like, I don't know how to do that. Michelle, with her wordsmithing and grammar queen tendencies, creativeness, and this is back in the day when you put resume on paper. So I would zhuzh it so that the look, the feel, the language, the communication made this person sound like, oh my gosh, why wouldn't I hire her? Wait a minute, isn't that what I do now? Yeah, it is. and here's the thing too, guys, a little side note on the story time is that if you look back properly, you will see how you illuminate others. It'll be way back where it was. My first one was Summer Shell Designs. I made people more confident about communicating how they were. I just did it on paper with resumes. So I would use words. I would use words, but more importantly, what made the resume stand out is that I would distill the things that they were good at into particular outcomes that employers would want to see. What do I mean by that? I mean that instead of just saying, I ran a till, like who cares, everybody can do that, I would communicate it that said, I took care of customers in the most expert kind of way, right? Outcomes. So what I want you to know is that you are not unlike the people I wrote resumes for. You have particular outcomes that you offer people. The problem is that most women don't know how to distill their particular outcome in a way that it can be communicated succinctly, proudly, and with confidence. You don't know how to do that. It's not your fault. You may not be like Summer Shell Designs over here. Most times we're just doing the jobs. We're just trying to help. We're caught up in our own insecurities because of that thing I talked about before, that judgment thing, right? The idea that how are people going to react to me if I say it confidently? Here's the secret to loving talking about what you do. The secret is that when you can distill who you are, what you do, and who you do it for into particular outcomes based on your awesomeness, there's no way that they can judge that. Do you hear me? They can't judge you based on everything that is so personal to you. Personal in your gifts, your talent, how you deliver it, why you deliver it. Knowing your why before you do a how is so important. And when you can communicate yourself based on those, nobody can judge you. It's not possible. Well, I guess they can, but you don't have to care. Why? Because you're on purpose. And because that why will bleed through anything you speak about. And what I find, I've been doing this for more than 20 years, helping, well, I mean, I guess 17 if you count Summer Shell Designs. That was 17. I'm 41 now, so you guys do the math, okay? When you get that amount of communication so succinct, your personal confidence explodes. It's why my clients are able to launch businesses. It's why they launch courses. It's why they stand on stages. It's why they change people. It's why they build teams. It's why they step out of comfort zones. It's because they're owning exactly what it is they offer as an outcome. And when they have a succinct way to speak about it, which is what I help them do, they can talk and talk and talk and talk and judge and talk, and people are like, who is she? So girls, ladies, women, folks, if you're struggling with the idea that you clam up when someone asks you, tell me about what you do, all that tells me is that in some way you are disconnected from yourself with being able to communicate what it is you deliver in the best possible way. So the three things you have to get right is, number one, defining the reason why you do what you do. And I don't mean loosely, okay? My clients know we don't do loose, okay? We do drilled down specific. The why has to do with you, your backdrop, your background, the things that bring you joy, the things that can change others in a particular kind of way. You got to define why you do it. And then you have to craft a way to communicate that as a particular outcome that really nobody else could do because they don't have the mix of what you got. Okay? That mix is so important to being able to communicate it. And then the third thing is, and this is what women are not sure how to do, actually, not just women, but people, i.e. going back to Summer Shell Designs, is connecting the main positive feeling that you give to people, that you deliver people with who you are and what you do. That's the secret. That's the secret. Because no matter what, when someone asks you then, tell me about what you do, if you know the positive feeling that you offer, you can always talk about that. It won't matter what words come out. They will understand you. And if they are for you, because remember, not everyone's for you, they will connect with you. And we'll see you next time. Okay, bye for now. Thanks so much for listening, gal. I know you can tell that I believe a strategic image and a confidence mindset is something everyone who wants to make an impact needs. A shift in confidence can change your life, and it's my joy to work with everyday entrepreneurs, professionals, and influencers in my signature Hue & Style mentorship program. You can explore about how I work with my clients and see their amazing results and breakthroughs too. It's all at hueandstyle.com. Join the community and start to see how making the image mindset success connection can create a breakthrough in your life too. Can't wait to see you there. Bye for now.